like that, the health and wellness thing, it needs to become a priority in construction. Yeah. I cannot believe, and that's why like the whole stretch and flex thing, I think is a fucking joke. Like, and I know it's standard now and this and that. Oh, you know, but it's like, it's just for show. Like this is theatrics. This is totally theatric, and it's not. Stretching is good if you're doing all these other things, but we're not going to talk about any of those other things. Like it's fine. You want to be an alcoholic? No problem. You want to be super overweight? No problem. And are you overweight because of the hours you're working? And because you're not able to then get the proper nutrients in you and this and that? Yes. Yeah. But we're not going to talk about that. We're just going to stretch and flex. like when you lay it out, you're like, that's kind of silly. Like that's a little ridiculous. But and again, I'm all for it if we're approaching things holistically. Mm-hmm. We're just not. We're picking and choosing based on, we're letting all these things kind of dictate what we can pick and choose based on what's okay, what's okay. But you go to a football team, they're like, the performance of that team depends on the physical performance of their people.
Right.
So they're focused on the physical performance of their people, and they're making sure their people are good to go. Construction, it depends upon the physical performance of people.
Yeah.
Even operators. It's still physical, and you still have to be focused. And can you be more focused and more diligent if you're healthier? 100%. It's very physical, but we don't talk about that. And it's like, how is a whole industry built on people's bodies and focus and the physical health and well-being of individuals? How is a whole industry built upon that? Not talking at all about that. There's a lot of guys, I just saw an article yesterday about Texas, like how more contractors are self-performing more work. Mm-hmm. It was briefly about the tech stop market and how a lot of these big contractors started to sub out more work years ago, but now they're coming back to self-performing more work. And I think self-performing is very advantageous when it comes to just
control,
owning your destiny.
Yes.
You, like, the schedule is yours.
Yes.
Which is a big deal.
Yeah.
Really big deal. Because like concrete, you can go get the subgrade in for a road, for example. You can't pave it until the curb's in.
Right. Critical path.
Yeah, it's critical path. So it's the concrete guy can't show up for a week.
Yeah.
You can't do anything about it.
Yeah, it's been interesting. And with it being a sister company, that's been interesting too. But I mean, there's some advantages and some disadvantages. So
yeah, so it's you kept the company branded separately.
Yeah, kept it separate because we want them to be able to fill their voids of work with our competitors.
Yep.
You know.
Yep.
So there is a veil there.
Yeah.
But it's overall it's been good, and I feel like we're figuring some stuff out.
Sure.
But concrete's tough.
It's really tough. It's super tough. I mean, just it's a brutal business, but it's necessary.
Yeah.
I mean, it's on every job everywhere. It's the most used building material in human history.
Yep.
So the stuff it's pretty valuable. How'd you get going in the first place?
Oh man, fell into it. So I grew up like on a farm, you know, running equipment, hard manual labor.
In Utah.
Just working with my dad and my dad's uncle, who he worked for, and then my uncle on the other side of the family. He was a farmer. Okay. So I loved building things. I loved running the equipment the most, especially when you're in like an atmosphere where you're doing a lot of manual labor. Mm-hmm. Of course, you want to be in the machine, and the machines are cool.
And especially as a kid.
Yeah,
too.
that's how we are.
Holy grail. Yeah.
So I got back from my mission, and I had this idea that, hey, I'm going to buy some equipment and start moving dirt. So I bought a skid steer and a dump truck.
And you do a mission, what, 18, 19?
Yeah, 19. So I got back when I was 21. And so bought the skid steer, case, 40 XT.
Nice.
Yeah, it was awesome.
Uh-huh.
GMC, bobtail dump truck.
Sure.
And just started moving dirt I had a couple buddies that were like landscape contractors. So started moving dirt for them. I named the company Landmark Excavating because my dad's a real estate broker and his company is Landmark Real Estate. So I'm like,
why
makes
not?
sense.
Yeah.
So that was in 2003.
Okay.
Just started doing that and moved to St. George to go to school, got married, moved to St. George, had no work, knew no one down there.
Sure.
Got a contract with a big developer to grade off lots and pick up construction garbage. So that's what I would do.
How'd you get the contract?
Just went and talked to the guy in charge.
Yeah.
Hey, I'm here. I just showed up. I'm new in town. So I think I had like some like classified ads too.
Okay.
Which I'll tell a story about that. But anyways, yeah, grading off lots, removing excess dirt, picking up lumber, dumping it in dumpsters. That was what I did. Mm-hmm. So then my first government contract was the BLM reached out to me. They're like, hey, we've got this job. It's out on the Arizona Strip.
Okay.
It's like loading material from this wash and then hauling it up to this dirt airstrip. Mm-hmm. And do you want to bid it? Yeah, of course.
Yeah, sign me up. Yeah.
So I drive out there. If you were to go to Mesquite and then like leave Mesquite and drive on a dirt road for about an hour and a half east into the middle of nowhere, that's where this job was.
That's a like off the map part of the country. I feel like every time I go through Mesquite, I'm like, I've never thought about this place ever. Yep. And there's not a lot going on out here, but yeah,
just a little bit of gambling and a lot of heat.
Yeah, more than a little bit of gambling. There's gambling everywhere. Yeah.
So I drive out there. Like it took me forever to even find the site, and I check it out, and I go home. I called one of my mentors and he's like, yeah, this is what you need to do. So I like turn in the bid. I think it was like over $200 a yard to move this material, which I thought was just crazy.
Yeah.
So I turn it in. It's an $11,000 contract and I get the job. And so then I'm like, well, work plan. How am I going to do this? So I call up my dad and he's like, I'm in. So we rented another truck. Okay. We take the skid steer and 2 dump trucks out there in the middle of the desert and we just start working. And so we work all day, all night. We're like halfway through the next day. We're like, well, what should we do? Let's just keep going. So we get to this point where it's like, okay, we can either finish the job and like maybe barely have enough fuel to get back, or we just pause, drive back to Mesquite, get more fuel, come back and finish. Yeah. Let's go for it. Yeah, so we went for it and then we just coasted into Mesquite and finished the job.
Did you make money on that job?
Yeah. Nice. Yeah, we made really good money. Nice. So we worked without sleeping for like 2.5 days.
Yeah.
We get back to my house and like, I'm just totally wasted. My dad showers and he's like, see you guys later. He drives home to Salt Lake. He's a wild man.
How'd you figure out how to put like bid the job? You just kind of make it up?
Yeah, I just made it up back then. I figured like I mean everything I was doing back then was like T&M hourly rates. Like I wasn't really into bidding. Sure. So yeah, I had a really good mentor. He gave me some advice. And
how'd you find the mentor?
Family friend.
Okay.
His name's Ken Condi, owner of Condi Construction.
I've heard of that.
Yeah, they're based out of Springville, where I grew up.
Okay. Yeah, I ask these questions because a lot of people, like even just the other day, people ask, I don't know why, people ask me advice when it comes to earth moving businesses. And I always preface it.
You're an expert.
I'm not the guy to talk to. I promise you, I'm not the guy. But I feel like people overcomplicate things a little bit.
Yeah.
Like like, how do I get more work? It's like,
go talk to
ask
people.
Yeah, talk to people. I don't know. Like it's not that difficult. Like it's, or like, how do I figure out how to bid a job? Like, I don't know. Like, take your best guess, do the job,
estimating,
and then and then compare at the end, and ignite that. Now that you have real numbers, compare them to the numbers you put on it, and then use that information to bid the next one better. Like,
right.
That's kind of how it works. That's how everybody's done it. I don't know a single person that's had this like playbook on how to start a construction company. Oh, I've just ran the playbook, or I had like the perfect guy to show me everything. It's like, no, I've just figured it out. Which I feel like that's just the common, that's why I love this world, is because you just have to figure it out.
Yeah.
In a lot of ways. Now, there's not as much margin for error nowadays.
Right.
Because of insurance and bonding and requirements and lawyers and environmental, and you can go down the list, but it still is. I mean, I know guys still starting today, and that's how they're doing it. Like a friend of mine, he's over in Heber.
Okay.
My friend Bridger Snow, not too far from you. And he's like textbook example of this. He's in his early 20s. Mm-hmm. He's running a crew. He's kicking ass. And that's all he's done is like, he's just worked and he's just figured it out. There you go.
That's what I love about it.
Yeah.
Just show up, go to work, work hard, build something.
Yeah.
Go home at night.
Yeah. It's cool. It's cool. Your dad was down to help out too. That's pretty neat.
He's still that way.
Is he?
Yeah. Yeah. He often we'll be in a meeting and people will be looking outside like, what the heck? Oh, that's my dad. He's just fertilizing the lawn. No, that's one of his things. He's an old farmer.
How old is he?
He's 67.
Okay.
Yeah.
I feel like that too, when you get to that stage in life, you just don't give a shit anymore about what people think.
Yeah.
For better or for worse, like you just do whatever you want.
Yep.
And if you're smart enough, like at our age, you're just like, yep, that's just what they do. Like
that's why the grass is so green, because so he does funny. That.
Oh, it cracks me up.
Comes around every few months.
So you got going, and then you just go down this path. Huh?
Yeah. So, that I was down at school in St. George for a couple semesters, and then left St. George, went back to Utah County.
So you were doing work while in school?
Yeah. Yeah. Night school, working during the day.
Oh, wow.
Yeah. Newly married, just trying to figure it out.
Did you finish school?
No. No. So went back to Utah County, went to school there. It's kind of the same thing. School at night, work during the day, and then got to the point where I was just too busy.
Yeah.
And I regret it. I wish that I would have had a more solid plan and really got into construction management and plowed through it and finished. But it is what it is.
It's worked out okay for you.
Yeah. So, like I said, my dad, he owns a real estate company. And so he was doing real estate development. And I got my real estate license as well at that same time while I was moving dirt, and then was helping him on the development side of things. And it was like, well, we're having a hard time finding contractors to do this and that. I saw the numbers. I'm like, well, I could do that.
Yeah.
So hired some guys and just started from there. It was power trench and water services in the beginning. Mm-hmm. And then it grew to okay, I'm going to my first full size machine was a 315.
Oh, nice.
Yeah. I bought a 315 excavator from Wheeler, and, I did a small phase of a subdivision.
Was that the first time you'd hired people?
Yeah.
How'd you find people to hire?
How did I find my first guys? I think they were guys that were just working for like one of the contractors that I was working around. Yeah. And it wasn't like I poached them, but it was a mutual agreement.
Develop a relationship.
Like, hey, these guys should come work for you. Sure. They're a better fit for you.
Yeah.
So they came on board, and then my mentor was like, hey, we got this contract in Bullhead City. We're going to be down there for 2 years. Why don't you come and do sewer laterals for us?
Nice.
So we went down there we were down there for about 18 months. Mm-hmm. So I moved my whole operation down there.
Just doing sewer laterals?
Yeah.
For 18 months?
Yeah.
It's a lot of laterals.
It was.
It's a big development, whatever it was.
Well, it was installing a sewer system in Bullhead City. They were all on septics.
Wow. Yeah. Okay. I see.
Yeah. There were 2 phases of it. Condi got the first phase, and then when they got the second phase, that's when I came in.
Okay.
Yeah. So it was sewer laterals, connections, septic tank abandonment.
Sweet.
And then started hiring more guys in Utah County and building another crew there. Mm-hmm. And before we knew it, I had like 40 employees, maybe 50 employees. And then 2008 hit.
Yeah. Yeah.
It's like, oh. So that was about the same time that Bullhead ended. So that hurt because that was just like steady work. Mm-hmm. We had done a couple of UDOT work projects, and we had just gotten into bonding work. Okay. So it was like, okay, this will still work. It will be okay. And I was going to pre-bids and bid openings with like 40 other contractors.
Yeah.
It was insane.
Yeah.
And so I don't know what it was. Somehow I knew what I was doing because I was like, man, I have good credit. I have a good reputation. Like, I'm going to just downsize this thing to virtually nothing and wait this thing out. So had a contact out of northern Idaho who heard about my fleet of equipment. This is a testimony for Caterpillar. Mm-hmm. It was all like nice Cat equipment. He flew down, looked at what I had, and wrote me a check for everything except for I kept enough for one crew.
Wow.
And then it was gone.
Wow.
So I had equity and stuff, and I was upside down and stuff, and it all kind of washed out.
No, I think one of the most important organizations within the construction industry is Caterpillar Finance.
Yeah.
Like, I could not give Caterpillar Finance more credit for starting more just straight up American businesses. Mm-hmm. I mean, it's insane what they'll give you.
Yeah.
Like I mean, the difference between buying a pickup truck versus buying a Caterpillar machine, because I bought skid steer years ago now, it was like, this is it? Yeah. Like, you guys, you're just like, I feel like you just pick the machine up. Like, I don't even need to sign for anything. No. We'll just send it to you. Like it's the most, and it's not a criticism. Like, it's great. Like, that's how I wish buying a pickup truck was. Yeah. Like, buying a pickup truck's like, it's a disaster. Or God forbid you go buy a house, whatever that is. Like, but you could go buy whatever you want from Caterpillar and no questions asked. Like, just.
Yeah. Do you think it's, they know what they've got,
Yeah. And it's working out for them. Yeah. But there's so many people that I know, like, I mean, without that, they wouldn't have been able to grow nearly how they've grown.
Yeah.
But that's, and sitting here now in 2025, it's more matter of fact, but at the time, that's still probably like among the worst things that's happened to you.
Yeah.
Having to, I mean, let that many people go.
Yes.
And like, it's the only way through it. Like, that's the hardest thing about business, is that, especially early in business, I maybe not even early. Maybe I'm just lying to myself by saying it's just early in business. I think it's throughout business. Is you can only avoid so many mistakes, but you are going there. There are mistakes that will be made all over the place, And unfortunately, those mistakes often have consequences in the form of people.
Mm-hmm.
And that, like, it's like, if stuff happens to me, it's fine. I'm good. Like, this is what I signed up for. But that when you're hurting other people,
Yeah.
that's when it really sucks.
Yeah.
Because of your decision making, other people are getting hurt. It's like, and even if it's out of your control, like 2008, like that was the perfect storm. But you're still the guy. And to be in that position, it sucks. Because I've been there. I've made those dumb decisions.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It was such an interesting process because, I mean, it's cliche, but because I'll say I'm so glad that I went through it, you know, and
yeah,
I think
you are.
Because I've learned, right? But just to go through that and learn those lessons at such a young age. I mean, I would way rather learn those lessons in my mid-20s than in my mid-40s where I am now.
Yeah.
So, but it was tough with the people. Some of them I got to see their true colors, and so that was a learning experience as well. Because I had, like, some of my people I had negotiated, like, hey, can't afford to keep you on at salary, but I've negotiated this work. Like, hey, let's put on our boots. Let's go to work. Let's figure out how to get through it.
Yeah.
And some of them were like, nah,
sure.
That's not me.
Yeah.
Like, what? I thought we were in this together, but
yeah.
And then others were extremely loyal.
Well, it goes both ways.
Yeah.
Yeah. You really do see what you got. I've I've thought a lot about this too, because I started our business at my 23rd birthday. So
okay.
23. So it was a little later, but not by much. And then we grew and just made some stupid financial decisions that I just dumb, really dumb shit. But I look at it now, and I'm not there yet where I'm like, oh, that was cheap. But it's like one day that's going to be really cheap in the grand scheme of things. And I'm so glad I did that in my 20s. Yeah. Like, I've touched that stove. I know it's hot. I don't need to go touch it again. Like, I'm good to go, man.
Yep.
So now it's like, it doesn't make the interim any more fun. But now I'm like, I'm glad I did that. And going forward, I'll just be more and more glad I did that, because I think those lessons will then be with me. I mean, forever. Like, I've got that forever. I have that education.
Yep.
I'm not
you
forgetting
don't forget
it.
them.
No, especially the stuff that really hurts. Like, that doesn't go away.
Yeah.
If you're looking for another industry event that is a snooze fest, this is definitely not for you. But if you're a leader looking to elevate yourself, your team, looking for like-minded individuals that are hungry, then look no further than the Area Dirt World Summit, November 5th through the 7th in Dallas, Texas. In our third year, we'll have about 1,500 hungry industry leaders from about 500 companies looking to learn, grow, teach. It's going to be fantastic. We also have a world-class lineup. We've got Jesse Cole from the Savannah Bananas, James Clear, Atomic Habits, Kim Scott, Radical Candor, Mark Miller, Chick-fil-A Leadership, Tim Grover, who is Michael Jordan's trainer. You will not hear from a lineup like this anywhere else. So check out details now, dirtworld.com. You can use code Aaron10 for 10% off any registrations, and we'll see you November 5th through the 7th in Dallas, Texas.
So you downsized to just a few guys.
Yep. Just a few guys, and we cranked away for another, it was probably 12 to 18 months on some, as a subcontractor on some public work. And then when those projects were done, it was like, okay, we're just like, there's nothing else right now. Really? So laid off that last crew. Wow. And started to lay low and work on a few other things. My mentor, he had me come, like, he would call me, hey, come bid a job here. And so I would go and spend some time bidding and doing that kind of stuff. And then he was like, I won a job for him, and it was the weirdest thing. Like, went into his office, like turned everything over, like, here you go, have fun. And then he called me back the next day and was like, why don't you just come to work for us? And I was like, oh, I don't know. Like, that hasn't really been me, but ultimately I felt like I needed to do it. So went to work for him. And then, like 2 years later, my wife was like, hey, it's time for you to be doing your own thing again. I was like, really? Having fun, works great.
Yeah, making good money.
Making good money. Yeah. Like, we had landed some awesome contracts. We had a big Central Utah water project going on at the time. And so I was like, well, okay. So ultimately, I didn't know what I was going to do. Like, I knew I wanted to be in construction, but thought maybe real estate was the way I should go, because I could feel the real estate market coming back. And had a little bit of a sour taste in my mouth for construction, like in terms of operating the whole thing, because it was so hard what I had gone through. Yeah. And as soon as the word got out that I was leaving the company that I was with, the guys that were loyal immediately called me and was like, hey, we want to come back to work for you. It's like, okay. So, fired Landmark back up. Like, it was never shut down, but just wasn't really operating. Fired it back up and, landed some subcontract work at first, and then more developments, then more public work. And now here we are.
Wow. So this was like 2011?
Yeah. Okay. 2011, 2012. Wow. And then, so from then we went from 0 to, over 200.
That's crazy.
Employees. Yeah. So
that's really wild.
A lot of growth.
The thing about, going back to people asking how to get work, the subcontractor stuff is huge as well. Yeah. Because every contractor that's bigger than you needs subcontractors.
They do.
For everything. And like you said, even when you started, you were cleaning up lots. Like, there's always something that somebody needs help with. And if you do the stuff no one else wants to do, there's a lot of opportunity there.
Go do it and do it well.
Yeah. Yes.
And make the general just love you.
Yeah.
And go to work for who you want to be, right?
But it's not that hard. You just show up every day.
Yeah, on time.
And you just do the job they've asked you to do. Mm-hmm. That's kind of it. Like,
the bar's pretty low these days,
It's really not that much more, especially when it comes to being a subcontractor. It's like, just do what you're supposed to do, and you'll be good to go. That's fascinating. That's really interesting. So it was your wife that said, hey, get back out there, huh?
Yeah, it was her. She like, it was totally unexpected. Like, we were driving back from a long weekend trip. It was on Memorial Day, actually. We were coming back from Lake Powell, and she turns to me and she goes, I want you to go in and I want you to quit your job tomorrow.
Wow.
And I was like, what? She's like, this isn't you, and you need to go and you need to be you.
Wow.
So it was interesting that she saw something that I didn't see.
That's extraordinary.
Yeah.
Huh.
Especially for a wife,
Sure.
Like, nervous about
being
taken care of.
At this point, you have young kids.
Yeah. Yeah. At that point, I would have had 3 kids.
3. Yeah. So 3 young girls.
Yep.
And so there's a lot, like, the risk is not nothing. It's not like you and her in an apartment.
Right.
A small apartment.
Yeah.
Some cheap furniture.
No, it was everything.
that's fascinating. That's really something. It is interesting though, like if you are built to go build stuff, like I've just fully accepted, for better or for worse, there's a lot of days where it's like, man, I wish I could just work Monday through Friday.
Yeah.
And then just watch some football on the weekend and then go back to work Monday. Like that's a really nice lifestyle. It's really nice. I envy it a lot of days, but it's just like, but that's just not the program I'm on.
That's not you.
It's just not, it's not it. And it doesn't make it any easier to know that, but it does in some ways to know it's like, this is just the program I'm on.
Yeah. I feel like I struggled with that more like as I was younger.
Yeah.
And now that I'm older in my career, I really understand, because I'll have those same thoughts. Sure would be nice, it's Saturday, it's Sunday, not be thinking about work, not be doing work.
Sure.
But it's just not me. And I know that I wouldn't be happy any other way.
Yeah.
And my wife saw that, and that's why I am where I am.
Married the right woman.
I did.
That's for sure. Yeah.
Yeah.
So you, and then word just got out naturally.
Mm-hmm.
It's a pretty small world.
Yeah.
At the end of the day.
Yeah.
So
The Utah bubble.
Call you. Yeah. And said, all right, let's go.
Yeah. Let's do it. So, just a lot of private development stuff in the beginning, and then got bonding capacity back up where it needed to be and started to chip away at public work. And so we really want to be 50% private work, 50% public work, try to stay well balanced. And it's ebbed and flowed.
Sure.
This past year, it's been pretty heavy in the private stuff because it's been so busy. But public is going crazy right now.
Yeah, and Utah, we were talking this morning. I mean, Utah is a crazy market from both public and private. Like the amount, even whenever I go to Utah, even just like the road construction, it's like, and even just the money UDOT has, it's like, where does all this money come from? Like,
there's no construction going on, road construction here in Tennessee.
Tennessee's budget is a disaster.
Yeah.
It's crazy. Like even. The whole Tennessee thing, like see that stadium down the road that they're building? That is going to cost taxpayers $1 billion in interest. $1 billion in interest. So we can do that kind of stuff, but roads, you're going to have to wait on that. But you go somewhere, even like Arizona, like ADOT, UDOT, like some of these programs that they run, they're extraordinary.
Yeah.
Like their roads are just, I go to Utah. It's just like, this is incredible. How many highways, like these are really nice functional highways. And I get it. There's also like the benefit of planning a city more effectively.
Yeah, that's
and
true.
It's newer. I get that. But it's like every highway is under construction in Utah every time I go there to grow it, to make it even better, which is,
they're forward thinking.
Yeah. And then you have all of the people moving to Utah, which is then just blowing up the private market.
Right.
And it's just construction everywhere.
Yeah, it's wild. I mean, when the pandemic hit, the feelings that I had were like, oh man, 2008. Like I'm feeling this. Yeah. We had like 3 contracts within like 2 days. Call and pause. But then within a week later, everyone was like, no, go.
Sure. Yeah.
And then it just went berserk.
Yeah.
It was so wild.
Yeah. I there was a contractor I knew in the Southeast. I mean, they were running like 300-400 guys, maybe even more. I mean, 500. I don't know what it was, but it was all for one developer.
Holy cow.
And the developer 2020, it just said, hey, we're just going to stop. Yeah. And then the whole company shut down for then like 4 weeks or whatever it was, 6 weeks. And then like 8 weeks later, they're hiring more people. Like they're busier than they were before. It's just like, what just happened? It was in a few month period. They went from like, yep, the company's going to get shut down to we have more backlog than we've ever had before.
Yep.
In just this little window. It's like, and at the time I was just looking around like, what is happening? How is this happening? This is just wild.
It was so weird.
So weird. So weird. But you had these massive influxes of people into Florida, Carolinas, Tennessee, Georgia, Utah, Arizona, Idaho especially. Yeah. Idaho's just blown up. Boise's.
Yeah. Boise was right there with us or leading the way, right?
Yeah.
It was nuts. Yeah. At that time, like people, if we want to talk about people, it became a real problem. Like you have a pulse, you can pass a drug screen.
Yeah.
You'll give us 50% of what we need. Okay, come fill the spot. Like, sure. Let's go.
Yeah.
So it was so difficult to find people. It was so difficult to keep people. Mm-hmm. Yeah, we were lucky if like 3 out of the 10 people we hired would stay on board for longer than a couple days.
Really?
Because there wasn't anything else going on, you know? Uh-huh. And so people needed work and we were hiring like crazy.
Yeah.
So it was like, oh, yeah, you've worked fast food. Uh-huh. Yep, you're qualified.
Sure.
Come. Yeah, try it.
Yeah, you show them a picture of like a shovel. Do you know what this is? It's a shovel. Oh, yeah, you're hired.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. And it's one of those things where like, oh, yeah, I see construction workers. That looks cool. Mm-hmm. I'd like to do it. Oh, this is really hard work.
Yeah, and it's July. And you're like, I'm good.
Yeah.
I'm going to go to the Amazon warehouse down the street.
Yeah.
Are there consequences to hiring like that?
Yes. Yes. Like, I don't know. I look back and it's like, what could we have done better or different? I'm sure there's a lot of things that we could have done better and different, but it worked out. Like we got through it.
Yeah.
But the program that we're running now is amazing because of the person that we got running it. So we have an employee experience guy.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Okay.
So he's our director of safety and employee experience.
Yeah. What's his name?
Jake.
Yeah. I've talked to Jake.
Yeah.
Yep.
So there's probably not many people out there like Jake that have such a passion for safety and construction, and also like the essence of human beings. Mm-hmm. Like he just loves people. Mm-hmm. And so
which is rare in construction.
Yes.
There's a lot of very cynical people in the construction industry about people.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And like the way he approaches safety too, in that same avenue.
Well, and there's a lot of cynical people in safety in the construction industry too. Like you're a child, we're going to treat you like a child.
Yes.
Because I just can't trust you. And which I think is the worst approach to safety ever.
Yes.
But that's a majority, I would say. That's like the main thesis of safety is just treat everybody like children and we're good to go. But I feel like the best safety programs are led by somebody like that it's out of like a legitimate sense of care for people.
Yes.
And you can tell the difference.
Yes.
It's very like, it's so obvious. And the program, they kind of look similar because it's all kind of the same rules and this and that, same principles, but they feel very different. And you can tell, you can just feel the difference.
Yeah. You talk with Jake and you're like, this is a genuine guy.
Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah.
I get it. And I mean, we see it from our employees. So like, I feel like the program that I was running, was, landmark family, we're family, like that's what we care about first. But in order to have a family, the family has to be supported, right? Mm-hmm. The bills have to be paid. Food has to be put on the table.
Perform.
We have to be profitable. Mm-hmm. So like bringing him on, what what it's allowed me to do is really focus on the business and being profitable.
Mm-hmm.
And he doesn't worry about that stuff. He worries about the people and keeping them safe and making sure that their experience is what it should be.
Yeah.
And so all of a sudden, like I guess what it comes down to is we had grown beyond what I was able to do, like what I was able to handle by focusing on both things. Right.
Yeah.
So within the first week, he comes to me and he's like, hey, do you know that we have 2 homeless people working for us? They do not have homes. And I'm going to take care of this if you're okay with it. Yeah. He goes and he takes care of it. He has what he's done is he's formalized like everything that I was doing in like an informal way, just as an owner. Like, yeah, you need a loan. Okay, we'll take care of this.
Sure.
You need help with this. We'll take care of it.
But once you have hundreds of people, you have to systematize that
Yes.
stuff. And that doesn't make it any less special. Like I read a book recently this year called Unreasonable Hospitality.
Okay.
I could not recommend it more. Like I do a lot of reading, and like, 1 in 10 books or like 1 in 20 books is like, man, that is something else. But it's all about this guy who was a restaurateur in New York City and how they built like some of the world's best restaurants. But it's a really good book because they started as not a very good restaurant, and then it shows the whole process, and like you're tuning kind of bigger things at first, like the menu, and then you start to, the tuning gets finer and finer and finer and finer and finer. So they would give people these like custom treat bags after when they were leaving the restaurant. And I'm not doing a very good job explaining what they were, but he said, we'd sometimes then we'd start to systematize it because we were doing it so often that we're like, well, it's more effective if we just prepare these in advance because we know we're going to be giving them out.
Right.
And then he was like, well, then does that make it less special since we were like planning for it now and we're systematizing it? But he's like, no, it still means just as much to each individual person. But to do that at scale, you have to have a system to do it in the first place. Which I think is huge. Like I especially when you're dealing with hundreds of people, you have to have a structure to caring for people. It doesn't just, at that point, it doesn't just happen anymore because you cannot physically, if you spent all day just calling people even or visiting job sites all day, every day, you still couldn't get to your whole company enough to influence it like you used to. It just doesn't physically work.
Yeah, that's what he's done. He loves acronyms, so he's taken our programs and he's created these 3 acronyms. We have the CARE program, which is we offer professional counseling for those that are in need, whether it be stuff that's going on at home with their spouse, whether it's addiction recovery, whether it's other mental health issues. The AID program, which is an employee loan program. They fill out an application. We're not able to accept every loan, but they go through an underwriting process. And then the last program is the RISE program, which is he's formalized, like, we want to invest in your education. Like if you want to go and get additional certificates, if you want to go back to school, you want to get your CDL, we'll participate in that. You commit to us, we commit to you. Nice. So it's been awesome that he's been able to systematize like all of the stuff that I was doing as an owner before, that we can't do it if it's not organized now.
Sure. Yeah. Yeah. That's fantastic. Yeah. That's really good.
One of the other things that he's done is, which I think has really helped with our employee retention, is he's put in place this log program where every employee and every manager is required to fill out a log every Friday, the end of every work week. And this log, it's just like 3 questions, and it just checks in on like, how are you feeling about your job site safety? How are you feeling about your manager? And how are you feeling about your own like mental and emotional health? And they rate it like on a scale from 1 to 5 or 0 to 5, I guess. And then all these logs come in, and they get, if there's low scores, they get pinged to him, and he's able to read through them and then check in with those employees.
How do you administer that?
Through Google Forms.
Okay.
Yeah. It's just a form. Yeah. And we use it through HCSS. So it's all, they have it with all their other.
Like through Heavy Job?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. It's through all of their other paperwork.
Interesting.
It's crazy. Like the messages that have come in that we've been able to field immediately. Like, hey, we need to check on this person, or there's something going on with this employee and their manager because they're not connecting, so from like, Jake's been with me for 1.5 years now. In the last 12 months, our turnover has gone from, we break it up like in new hires. So we call a new hire 0 to 6 months, and then everyone else 6+ months. So our 0 to 6 months from like the pandemic until like a year ago, we were losing like 35% of our employees a month.
Oh, that's monthly.
Month, yes.
Woof. I was going to say 35% overall. I was like, that's not that bad.
Yeah, that's not bad. But
monthly.
That's insane.
That is.
So, I mean,
you're turning over a third.
Yes.
Every single.
And you have to sort through that because, you get a lot of guys that you hire and then they show up for a day or whatever.
Yeah, probably majority of that's in the first week.
Yes.
First few days.
But it was like 35% a month of those. And for our 6+ monthers, it was like 8%. So that's more in line with probably industry averages.
Yeah.
Where we're at today, 0 to 6 months, we're losing 8%.
Wow.
Yeah.
Holy smokes.
6+ months, we're losing 2%.
Wow.
So it's like, okay, it's working. Like all of these like systems that we've been putting in place, like employees are feeling heard. They have support. It's working.
But, and it's important too, like the whole turnover thing is a really big deal because it's really expensive.
Yes.
Like I think companies talk about it and how expensive it is and everybody knows it, but then it's like turnover is still horrendous. I mean, it's per person in the construction industry, every person's generating between, I don't know, $350,000, $500,000 in revenue.
Yep.
And then if that's like whatever your margin is, like that's a lot of income per person and a lot of value to the business per every person at that company. And if you're turning even one person over, like there's a cost to that, a significant cost and huge cost. But then if you're not, then but you have to go first. Like you have to make the investment first. Mm-hmm. Then they stick around, which then makes the business better, which then generates more income.
Yes.
To then do more, to invest further in people, which then makes people better, which then makes the business better, and around you go. But I've like the more I've reflected upon this, the more I just hate the entitlement that businesses have. The more I think about like it, businesses are so entitled, especially the previous generation, especially the boomer generation. I'm going after the baby boomers because they've screwed up a lot of things for people like me and the upcoming generation. But they're even saying like people just don't want to work anymore. Yeah. Like that's I think that's a very entitled statement. So it's 100% the workforce's fault. It's not your fault at all. Your business is good to go. Your business is perfect. Bullshit. No, it's like people just don't want to work for you.
Right.
What else is it?
Yeah.
It's like they just don't want to work for you. You're just not competitive within the current labor market. And you can complain about it. And maybe that's like, oh, it sucks and this and that. It's like, okay, no one has a gun to your head saying you need to be a business owner too. If you don't want to be like, that's what business is being competitive. And if you can't get the people you need to do the work, you are failing when it comes to being competitive. And you might still be making money, but that's not the only metric. Like if you're turning people over left and right, you're just not there. And so I think like that's a phenomenal example of, listen, we went first, we invested, we systematized some of this stuff to make it work at a greater scale. And here's the benefit. Our people are winning, our company's winning, our customers are winning, and we're going to keep doing it.
Yeah.
It's not that hard.
What's so funny is like the whole employee logs thing, it was pitched to me and I'm like, okay, Jake, great. Sure. Whatever.
Yeah.
That sounds great. And now it's like one of my favorite things that we're doing.
Yeah. How did we do it before?
Yeah. It's like, oh, and it just provides a forum for the employees to get off their chest what they otherwise couldn't. Like it would take a personal meeting with someone from HR to have this type of connection. And now it's done like instantaneously.
Did you struggle to get people to buy into it initially?
Yeah. Like initially it was like, I don't think anyone's even going to read this. So, whatever. And then when you call them up and like, hey, I'm reading this. What's up?
Sure.
And they're like, oh, so I think it's just like any other system. Like you're asking employees to do something that's like an extra step beyond like shoveling or putting in pipe.
Yeah.
But now that they see the benefit of it, they're like, oh yeah, we're bought in.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. It's funny. I get messages like that a lot on social media. Like, I don't think you even read your messages, and then they'll write their message and then I'll respond because I have nothing better to do. Like I have no family. So Saturdays, of course, I'm reading messages on social media. And then they're always like, wow, like it's funny when they're not expecting a response and then you give them a response, how much further it goes, because that wasn't the expectation. Like there's sometimes you're expecting a response and you don't get it, then there's disappointment. Whereas if you're not expecting it, you can only go up from there. And it's funny how people react when you do respond. So that's interesting. That's really good.
It's been a fun process. He's also, since we're talking about people, we're the first state approved private apprenticeship program in Utah. Which is amazing. We're using BuildWit as our platform for that education.
Sure.
And so like not only we've got the people, we're retaining them because we're trying to take care of their needs, mentally, physically, emotionally. And then we've got a runway for them to excel and to grow and better themselves.
Yeah. So
I think that's the other part of it. It'll be fun to see what comes of that.
Utah it's non-union. It's kind of union, isn't it?
It's a mix.
It's a mix.
Yeah, I would say it's probably more non-union than union. Yeah. But yeah, there are union companies.
Yeah. Yeah, it is interesting how it is a mix. But the apprenticeship program, it's not a union thing.
It's not a union thing.
It's a state thing.
Yeah. Yep.
And how does it work?
So they enroll and we've got a curriculum that they follow. We've got 2 platforms approved right now, craft labor and then operating engineers. And then we're also putting a leadership platform together. That will be like not an apprenticeship. That's more of like a landmark thing.
Yeah.
But the craft laborer and then the operating engineer. So
they it's elective.
Yeah.
You can say if I'm an operator, I want to be a part of it.
Right.
To learn how to be better.
Yeah. And then they have mentors too.
Okay.
We assign mentors within the company to watch over those that are in the apprenticeship program.
And then I have to do a certain amount of training over a certain period of time.
Yep. Okay. Yep. Seems like it's like a 2-year program for the craft laborer, and then like a 3-year program for the operating engineer.
And it's through the state. Like, what does that mean?
So it's accredited through the state. So they will have as they complete it, they'll have an actual certificate that hopefully they stay working for us and use it, or they move on to someone else, and they have a certificate that they've completed the program. But
the accreditation, it makes it potentially gives them a greater market value.
I think so. Yeah. It's definitely, if we had a resume that had that on it, like, oh, okay.
Sure.
They've been through a program. They've got a certificate.
Yeah.
Let's see what this guy can do.
Yeah. Yeah. That's always the thing. Like when we talk to firms outside of construction, what I have to explain to them, like I need more training to get in a forklift in a warehouse.
Yeah.
Than I do a 980 cat loader.
Yep. Yeah. Yeah. I get that all the time, from friends. So like, what kind of license do your guys have?
Yeah. I'm like, you don't, like, legally speaking, you don't need any training. You don't need any license to run that 70-ton excavator.
Yeah. And
zero.
It's extremely dangerous.
Yes. Extremely dangerous and extremely expensive.
Yes.
It's $1 million machine, but you don't need a lick of anything to actually get in the cab and make it move. And it's like, they almost don't believe it at first. Like, nah, you're joking. You need something. It's like, no, you don't. Yeah. You don't need anything, which is crazy. It makes no sense, but that's pretty good.
Yeah, we're fixing it in a way, right?
It seems like it. Yeah, and I think it needs to be fixed.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't think that's good. I mean, I think having no rules has allowed a lot of people to get into this world.
Yeah. That
wouldn't otherwise be in it. But the world has changed. That's just not the environment anymore. At the same time, like, from the liability standpoint, you can't just have somebody get in your machines and wiggle the sticks anymore.
Right.
And figure it out. Like, there's just not, and that's still happening in some places, smaller contractors, certain markets, et cetera. But that just doesn't, like, you can't afford that as a business. Like, no. Equipment rolling over but that's why, that's also one of my complaints is, like, the previous generation approaches everything like how it was with them coming up. But it's like, you guys came up in a different era. Mm-hmm. Like, you could roll equipment and then just go back to work.
Yeah. Yeah. Like, that's, and it wouldn't be on social media and no evidence. Yeah.
If you had a room full of old operators, you asked them, like, who's here to roll the machine? I would bet a majority of the hands in that room would go up. But if you roll a machine nowadays, you have to shut the job down, and it's on social media, and now you're going to potentially lose the contract. Like, all kinds of bad stuff's going to happen when I'm not advocating for rolling equipment,
right?
Even though I've been there, but that's how people came up. Like, that's how you learned back in the day, and even till, like, not that long ago. I mean, from, like, that was still in, like, the 90s. Where, I mean, people were still drinking on the job in the 90s.
Yeah.
that wasn't all that uncommon. And now, like, drinking on the job, it's like, that's like black and white.
Yeah.
The biggest no-no. But it's like, I mean, I talk to people, like, they're not that old, like 40s, 50s. Like, oh yeah, coming up. Everybody's drinking on the job. Like, Fridays, like, that's all we did. You have to, like, that cooler in the bed of the truck, it was just beer. It wasn't water. that's what we did. And it's like,
stay hydrated.
You're not even that old. Like, that's not even that long ago. Just how dramatically things have changed in not even a generation, like a decade, 2 decades, which then requires a totally different approach to developing people now that we can't roll machines.
Yeah. I mean, I wonder, like, have the people changed? Like what you were saying about with like this generation, they just don't want to work. I don't think that's it, but I do think that there's higher standards. Like we've leveled up. Like we want better, right? Yeah. And so that's the challenge. Like in our generation or in our industry, how do we replace this generation with like people that are educated and want to be in construction? Because a lot of us haven't raised our kids to like go into construction.
Yeah.
So,
well, it's also the generation that raised this generation complaining about this generation. It's like,
good point.
Yeah. Do you guys not look in the mirror? Like, does anybody else see the irony here? Like, who raised these people? It's like you did it. It's just such a, like for somebody that's younger, like for you or me, especially in business, it's just such a, I don't even have patience for that anymore.
Yeah.
I'm like, we don't have time for that. Okay. Like if that's what you're going to talk about, you guys can go hang out at the bar at the local association meeting, like you've been doing for the past 43 years, but just stay over there. Like, that's fine. You go do your own thing. You can run your business however you want to run your business. But like big picture, we don't have time for that. We've got to get on with it here. Like we have and it's interesting. I used to, whenever I would go abroad, I would come back into the United States and I'd be relieved every time I'd go through customs. Oh, thank God, I'm back. I'm back in America. Mm-hmm. But now that I'm older, I can kind of see what's really going on. And I've been going to more places around the world. And I come back and it's such an American thing to say, but it's like, man, I bought into this whole we're the best thing like my entire life. Mm-hmm. And now every trip I go on, I find out that we're not the best. We're not nearly as good as we think we are. We can be. Right. We have this potential, this brilliant system that the country was built upon that's allowed us to get here. But right now we're riding the coattails of a lot of what's happened in the past. And it's, I think, significantly degraded from what it should be and how it was designed to be. But you go out and I'm in, like Jakarta a week or two ago, and I'm in the airport in Jakarta. I'm like, all right, Jakarta, like how good can it be? Most beautiful airport I've ever been in. Gorgeous, unbelievable, this place. Everything about it, spectacular. And then I fly back into the United States and I land at O'Hare. And I'm just looking around. I'm like, this place sucks. Like this isn't good. Like, what are we doing here? We're spending, like, we just had this historic infrastructure bill, $1 trillion spent on what? Like, what did we get for it? What are we doing? Like, we're not nearly as good as we think we are. Our infrastructure is a leading indicator of where we're going. Our infrastructure is not where it needs to be, not even close. And it's not keeping pace with a lot of, most every other country I go to now is nicer in a lot of ways. Like most every other, it's not like one place. It's not like just Dubai. I'm like, man, we should be like Dubai. It's like everywhere I go is better in a lot of different ways. And now, does Jakarta have some room to improve? 100%. Traffic, horrendous. Yeah. So it's not like apples to apples, but
there's areas we could level up.
We have to. Our future, the United States of America is wholly dependent upon the quality of our infrastructure. Our infrastructure, like, and our quality of infrastructure is wholly dependent upon people and companies that build and maintain that infrastructure. Mm-hmm. And a lot of these companies are over here like complaining and just like, it's just not like the good old days, this and that. It's like, what are we doing? Do you guys not see the bigger picture? Like, we've got to get on with it here. There's a lot of work to do. There's this huge gap. Like, the whole future is on our shoulders right now, and we're sitting around complaining about the next generation. It's like, hey, like, let's look at the bigger picture here. Or even like we walked into this room talking about competition, like even some of the weird little like spats companies will get into. And it's like the guy down the street also moving dirt is not the competition.
Right.
Like you guys are in the same boat. You guys have the same pricing. You're bidding on the same projects. You're driving. You're killing each other. What are we doing here? Like you're so focused on what's right in front of you. You're not looking up and out. Which is why like I love pouring more and more energy into companies like yours that are, hey, we understand that. We want to be good competition, and we've figured out, like we've been through it like everybody else, the whole turnover thing.
Yeah.
It sucks.
Here's some things you can do.
There's a better way to do it.
Yeah.
And you've done it in
a year.
I
got lucky. Yeah.
But it's not like you had to go tear the place down to the studs.
No, it's just like trusting in the process, like making that investment and trusting in it.
Yeah. And I don't mean to get on my soapbox. I need to get off the soapbox.
That is interesting. I was talking to, he's the president of like one of the largest milling companies in the US. Mm-hmm. And we were just casually talking, and he's like, you know that the American roads, like as an average, they rate like from a scale of an A to an F or like a D plus. Like, really?
Yeah.
This is the United States of America, you know?
Exactly. Yeah. It's like, why aren't, like, if we really are the best, we should have the best infrastructure.
Yeah.
That's a direct correlation there. Like if we are the best, like, again, the quality of our economy is dependent upon our infrastructure. Ultimately, you can get away with it for a while, but it's going to catch up with you at some point, because we can talk all day about AI, this and that. As long as there's human beings on planet Earth, we need to eat, we need to drink, we need to shit, we need somewhere to live. Like, those are the basic conditions that have to be met. How do you meet those conditions? Infrastructure.
Yep.
That's it.
Yeah.
That's it. And that's why I'm excited to be here, because it's like, and to work at a construction company, it's like, what more important work could you do for the community?
Yeah. Pretty essential.
Then build the community. I mean, it doesn't get any cooler than that in the grand scheme of things. And that romanticizes it a little bit. Like, it's not as cool when you're tying into a live sewer line, for example, or something like that. Like, you're probably like, when you're working in raw sewage, like, man, I'm really making the community better here.
But you are.
But like, someone has to do it.
Yeah.
Someone has to do it. So, I'm just like I spent my 20s like being impatient, like, can we get on with it? But it was an impatience born out of like arrogance. Like, I know what's going on here. I know best. Kind of like most males in their 20s. Yeah. You know best.
For sure.
I like, what are these old guys doing? Like, I have all the answers. And not that I'm like old, but now going into my 30s, it's like, all right, I don't know if my urgency was misplaced, but like how I got there was misplaced. It's not, I'm like getting back to that urgency of like, we've got to get on with the program here. Not because though that I know best, but just because I've just seen a lot. I have this data set no one else does. Yeah. And it's like the writing's on the wall. This isn't even that hard to figure out, but it's like, it's right there. It's staring us down right now. Can we get on with it? Like, let's get on with the program. Which is a weird place to be, but here we are. Yeah. So what I mean, what's next? What are you guys working on next from a people standpoint?
I mean, I would say mostly execution, right? Like
Sure.
you push through these barriers and make some good progress, and then have everything lined out in front of you, and then it just comes down to execution. So like, can we really execute this apprenticeship program? Like, can we get some people graduated? Can we, I mean, we're expecting even more growth over the next 5 years. You know, will our systems sustain that growth? What adjustments do we have to make? So that's what we're working on. I think the other thing that I should highlight too is, like, with this retention thing, you can't ignore that. Like, the higher of quality the recruit is, the better the retention is.
Sure.
So it's got to start like up front. And for us, I feel like a big part of that has come from social media, which I've been a guy that like has not been on social media. You know, my wife doesn't, she does enough for both of us.
Sure.
And I've just kind of stayed away from it. But we embraced social media as a company pretty heavily about 18 months ago.
Yeah.
And it's another one of those things where we're seeing the results. This is a perfect example. I had this motorcycle I was selling last week, and kid comes to pick up the motorcycle, and I find out he's going through the construction management program at UVU, and he works for a general contractor in the Valley. And so he's asking me about Landmark, and we're talking, and he mentioned he really liked heavy civil. And I was like, hey man, like, if you ever want to stop by,
Sure.
you know, we've got positions that would fit you for sure. And he was a little bit standoffish, like, whoa, I'm happy where I'm at. I'm like, that's great.
Yeah, good for you. Yeah.
So don't think anything of it. Meet up with him 2 days later to give him some paperwork. And he's like, I pull up and he's just smiling. And he's like, Nate, I checked out your social media. And I'm like, okay. He's like, it's really cool. I want to come work for you guys.
Wow.
And I'm like, really? And so these are the dots that I've connected. Like, I've worked really hard to have good company culture, and I feel like we do some cool things as a company. I feel like we take care of our employees. We do good work, but social media is a great way to get that information out there to people, because otherwise, how would they know who we are? You know, we're just not so glamorous construction company where people put on their boots and go to work each day. It's still a job, but social media is a way, it's a platform to get more information out there about your culture and who you really are as a company.
Yeah. I'm still warming up to the social media thing, so maybe I get there. maybe next year.
Yeah.
I honestly had never heard of you guys until 18 months ago.
Yeah.
I mean, I have a good sense of the Utah market, but yeah, until you got involved with us and then I started to see stuff on social media, I was like, yeah, how about it? And then I think I called you. I was like, how many people do you have? And you're like, hundreds. Like, damn, that's a good size operation. but you just don't know.
We're still a little guy, but
yeah, but that's like you're bigger than a little guy at that point. But without that online presence, like to a growing percentage of the market, you don't exist.
Right.
If you're not there.
Yeah.
It just doesn't.
It's kind of like a website, right? Like a website 10, 15 years ago, you weren't in business if you didn't have a website.
Sure.
And now I think the same thing applies with social media.
Well, and being there's one thing, but
yeah,
I think businesses of anything happening on social media, it's like businesses are the worst because I've thought about this a lot too. You go on LinkedIn, a lot of it's just nonsense. It's like, what? No one cares. I'm sorry, but it's like, good for you guys. Oh, you're so good. You got this award. Congratulations. But me as an individual, I'm not going to go work for a company because you got some award. Like, I don't even know what that award is. I don't even know what that is. Like, that to me creates no value, but I think you guys do it really well too, because you just show what the heck's happening. Yeah. It's been great to follow along with. You have a young woman doing it for you?
Yeah. Kate. She's awesome.
Yeah. Yeah. And it's nonstop.
Yeah.
A lot going on there.
Yeah. She's got, you have to have a good sense of humor too.
Like, you do. Yeah.
You can't just be all business.
Well, and some of the corporate marketing people, they take themselves very seriously, which I just, it's just like, and that's what I struggle with in construction too. It's like, who died? Yeah. Like what? I know this is serious. I get it. Like, safety and quality and infrastructure, so on and so forth. But it's like, but can we have some? This is UDOT.
Yes, I was going to bring that up. Nailed it.
Unbelievable.
Yeah.
Like a state DOT. That is as dry as it gets.
Yes.
And it was that way for a long time. And then UDOT gave the reins to this young woman. They were like, have at it. Mm-hmm. And she started to, dip toes in the water, try this, try that. Now they're just full send. And now you have every DOT across the United States following in their footsteps. Not by accident, because it's entertaining. It's effective. It's so like they have it'll be like these Bridge Fest posts. Yes. And it's about them closing a highway or whatever, like a major disruption. Yeah. But then they make it into some...
And everyone's happy about it.
And everybody's happy about it. It's like, this is...
Yeah. I-80 is going to be shut down.
It's like, but when it's presented like this by a dog wearing sunglasses...
There you go.
I can't be upset about I-80 being shut down. But beyond the entertainment value, they show you too. Like they'll have all the time like, hey... you'll see some lanes closed, these nights. We know it's frustrating, but like, here's what's going on. Yeah. And our crews, they're working at night so they don't disrupt you during the day, which is big. You're sleeping, they're working. And then 2, here's what they're doing. We've got these complaints about these potholes. We know it's frustrating as well. So here's how we fix it. And then they show you how they're fixing it. And it's like, okay, well now... Is it still a disruption? Maybe. But now I understand at least.
That's the key.
I have a sense of understanding. So it's not just them closing roads to like ruin my life. It's them making my life better ultimately. Okay, I can get behind that. Yeah. It's great. It's brilliant.
It's interesting that it's such a key to our education and information.
Yeah. Well, and that's another thing people complain about. It's like, oh, people just don't understand what we do. It's like, have you told them?
Yeah.
No. Then shut up. Like, who's going to tell them?
Yeah.
Obviously nobody. So if you don't do it, and I mean, it's just, you would be amazed how many people still turn us down though.
Really?
All the time. All the time. I mean, it just happened a few times last week, like big time stuff that I've been working. Some of the stuff I was working on this one approval for like 6 months. And then they just emailed one day and they're like, hey, we're good. It's like,
this is like,
what do you mean you're good?
For you to come visit?
Yeah. Oh, and we would have just hit it out of the park. And they said, well, we've already promoted it and this and that. And I mean, honestly, the promotion, it was like, fine. It was like, not nearly. I mean, we put better numbers on the board than Caterpillar right now. Mm-hmm. Caterpillar they have a much bigger marketing budget than we do. Let me tell you. Yeah. But that's to illustrate the power of it too. It's like, I'm just a dummy. We don't spend that much money on this. Mm-hmm. And we generate 1 billion views a year. Yeah. On social media. It's insane.
Crazy.
The reach is just wild. But even that one person coming to work for you, like again, if you look at it from a dollar standpoint, how much one individual can generate revenue wise.
Right.
And then from a profitability standpoint, I mean, it's like, Randy knows these numbers like the back of his hand. I mean, it's like $50,000 a year potentially in income that each individual can get you. So you have to hire like 2 people
to pay for them,
to pay for a full-time hire to do it for you.
Yeah.
Which, like, the return, that's pretty easy to pencil for even a smaller company.
Right. Yeah. I mean, the promise that I would make to owners, founders out there is like, it will pay for itself. Like, it's something that you have to invest in.
Yeah. Yeah. But all of the better companies now are doing it. So I don't think it's, I think it's proven at this point. And then I would also argue, like, I know you said you're not into social media, but being on social media as the guy, it goes a long way.
Yeah.
It really goes a long way.
Kate's told me that.
Yeah. Like she can only do so much from the company perspective.
Yeah.
But if you go look at the biggest, most well-known construction brands right now in the market, in the heavy civil construction place that aren't Kiewit, Kiewit, different realm, Granite, whatever it is, even like an Ames, they're all companies with very vocal leadership online.
Yeah.
And as I started to think about it, every single example is like that. Every single one.
It's good to know.
It
all up my game.
It's not a requirement, but like I'll have like Dan Garcia will be in here maybe tomorrow. He runs CW Matthews, the biggest DOT contractor in Georgia. I mean, they're monsters. They're like maybe 1,500 people, whatever it is, big operation. But he's not like living on LinkedIn, but he posts enough on LinkedIn, and CW Matthews has a great presence, and they're just a big operation. But I think they're well known across the country now because of Dan. Yeah. I don't think he would say that, but I really do think it starts from the top. And then and you setting the example from the top also signals that it's okay.
Yeah.
To talk about it as an organization, which is also important because they're coming from other organizations that you'd get fired.
Yeah.
For talking about it.
Good point.
And so even like going back to mental health, like you have to signal, like saying we need to talk about it, I think is wildly inadequate. Yeah. I almost think it does that. It does you a disservice.
Yeah.
If you just say like, we need to talk about it. Like,
no, we need to do something about it.
What does that mean? Yeah. I don't know what that means. And you see these like well-crafted executive messages. This isn't even construction. This is just in general stuff I see online about like this executive saying, yeah, mental health is really important. We need to talk about it. And they're reading off a teleprompter. It's like, wow, I feel like I really feel something with this message. But instead it's like, at least within my business, me just talking about stuff, signaling, hey, it's okay to talk about stuff, has been the most effective thing we've done.
Yeah.
Regarding talking about stuff.
Yeah. I mean, what we have a problem in our industry with mental health. And so like saying we need to talk about it is the truth, but we need to talk about it and do something about it. Well,
and we've been talking about it now for a little bit. People are still dying.
Yeah.
At the same rate. Like that's the reality. So it's like, until we do something about it. And I don't want to like, I'm not criticizing the whole, like, I think talking about it's first step, but yeah, it's about action. It's like, we need to talk about building roads.
Yeah.
That doesn't build the road.
Yeah.
You still have to build the damn road, which is why I love construction, because other industries can just talk about a bunch of shit. and somehow still make a bunch of money because
Yeah.
they have the whole system rigged in their favor. Whereas that doesn't work in construction. You can talk all day long, but you still got to do
Is
it.
the road done?
Yeah. Is it done? It's a meritocracy. It's like, is the asphalt there? Is the dirt moved? Is the concrete poured? Is the pipe in the ground? That's all that matters at the end of the day. Which I love, but it's then you get into these squishier topics. So it's like the same principle. Like we have to do something, which why I love like the simple system you guys have.
Yeah. The logs.
It doesn't like, that doesn't, did that take this huge budget to implement?
No. It's, yeah, aside from the other systems that we're already using, it's free.
It's free.
Yeah. We're spending time on it.
Yeah.
So yeah, it's talking about it, but doing something about it. And I think it's like the whole mental health thing needs to be just like any other process that we have of bettering our people.
Yeah.
Like I view my company as a vehicle for me and my family and, 240 other families that are coming in, and it is a vehicle for them to get to where they want to go.
Yeah.
That's at the end of the day, we're all here to support our families. Mm-hmm. Now we can have fun and do a good job while doing that if we do it right. And so these people that are getting funneled into the company, hopefully they're getting funneled out better than they were when they came in.
Yeah.
One of my favorite questions to ask at these company events where we have our employees and their spouses, families, is I love to go up to the spouse, be like, hey, so-and-so, they've worked for us now for a year. Are they better today at home now than they were a year ago? Mm-hmm. And like 100% of the time, it's yes.
Yeah.
And that feels really good.
Yeah. But that going back to this corporate sense of entitlement, it's like they need to make my company better.
Yeah.
And then I might think about making them better. But it's like, no. And there's this weird thing that's like in this, like, because there were only so many options from a career standpoint back in the day, like in my dad's generation, not that far ago, like if you just look at even the options available, far less than there are today. Because of that, there was in a lot of ways this like just this blind loyalty.
Yeah.
Like if I pay you, you do work for me. That's it. The contract is the paycheck every week. Mm-hmm. That doesn't work anymore.
No,
that is out the window. Out the window. You have to make people better, and they're like, I feel like these companies, especially from an executive standpoint. So the executives, oftentimes they're at that executive level of these big companies because work has always been their priority. Mm-hmm. And they might not say that, but their actions say that. And maybe not, that's not the only way to get there, but oftentimes it is. And they then project that onto their workforce, but it's like, that's totally mistaken. Like I'm the only one at this company. Like BuildWit, because I don't have a family, I'll probably change when I have a family. Like BuildWit's number one in my life.
Yeah.
That is not true for anybody else at this company.
Right.
And I should never, ever believe that will be the case. If that is ever the case for anybody else here, something is horribly wrong.
Yeah.
Like I have to make sure I have to make sure we're aligned with their best interests, that they're improving as an individual, that they're able to care for their family, do what they need to do at home so that they can then do what they need to do here, yes, which then makes the business better so that we can do more for them so that they can grow better and do better at home. Again, it's that same virtuous cycle. But I have to ensure that they're good to go with their priority,
yes,
which is caring for their family.
That's
if
right.
I don't satisfy that condition, It doesn't matter how good of a workplace we are or how much money we're making, how much we're paying, how big our mission is, go down, how good our product, like none of that matters if I don't satisfy that one condition, which is really humbling. It's like, oh, wait a minute. It's not about me or us at all. It's about each one of these individuals and their families.
Mm-hmm.
And the more we can make them better, the more we'll be better.
Yeah. I love that.
There we go.
And when I feel like when you have your priorities straight, that's the most rewarding part out of what we do. Yeah. And that's why our mission at Landmark is growth. And you may ask, well, why, Nate? Why growth? It's more capital outlay, more stress, more risk. But the mission behind it is impact, positive impact. Mm-hmm. The bigger we are, the more positive impact we can have on our people and on the communities that we work. Yep. So let's do it. I think also that we have a really good opportunity here because these numbers are crazy, like suicide 3.5 times any other industry.
Oh yeah.
That's insane.
Yeah.
Opioid overdose 7 times any other industry.
Yeah.
So you look at it, well, why? Well, people sometimes fall into the trades. They just there's a low barrier of entry. Mm-hmm. So we get those people. Well, I look at it as an opportunity. So because we get these people, let's do something about it. Let's use our companies, our industry as this funnel and this machine to make people better than they were when they came into the industry.
Yeah. Yes. And that's the best place to be. But a lot of people are taking the opposite approach. Like, oh, it's not our problem.
Yeah.
They're just addicts.
Yeah.
What? Like how, and that I almost don't blame, especially the people that have been around a while to be so cynical because they've been screwed over so many times.
Yeah, that's tough.
I also think it's a self-fulfilling prophecy. I think if you have a shitty attitude towards people, you attract shitty people.
Yeah.
That's just kind of how it is. Like I know enough business owners now too. Like some of them, like I see them in a lot of trouble. And it's almost like they attract it. Mm-hmm. Like they're almost looking for it in a way. Like there's people that I can think of. It's like, I kind of know why that's happening to them because that's what they're putting out there. And so they're just receiving what they're putting out. And then other people that are just like a Dan Garcia, for example, they're just good, caring humans with such a positive mindset towards people.
Mm-hmm.
And they end up with more good, caring human beings around them.
Yeah.
It's like, well, go figure. How about that? But that it does, I think that's part of the problem why substance abuse is so big in this world.
Yeah.
It's because it is a career people fall into. It is that low barrier to entry.
Yeah, there's a lot of reasons.
Yeah, but you do attract those and just to do the work, you're attracting kind of the misfits of society.
Yeah.
You're by definition getting all the people that weren't good at school.
Yeah.
Like that just didn't fit into the system, which is why they're good here.
Yes.
And we need those people to build the world. Go figure.
I freaking love what we do.
Yeah. Yes. Yeah. I think that's one of the coolest things about it. That's one of the most, because I grew up like as in the system as possible. My dad was a director at Deloitte.
Okay.
Like there is no more, and like a client was like a BlackRock. Like there's no more white collar than that. Mm-hmm. And then the world I was in it was very wealthy. Everybody's dad was somebody. The money was just unbelievable. Private school. Like it was so far from reality. And I go back there now and I just look around, I'm like, these people think this is real life. Like this is crazy. Like they just hang like this is unbelievable. And then for whatever reason, fall into construction. And it's like, oh, this is way cooler. This is so much better than that. Like, there's no bullshit here. It's just, we're just doing the work. Yeah. And it was so, it just drew me right in. And since then, I have never once thought about any other of these fancy industries, you know, finance or consulting or real estate or this and that. Like, I could give a shit about any of that. And sometimes I deal with those people. I'm like, I can't, or maybe like within your world, you have to deal with, you know, other businesses outside of your business, outside of construction. You're just like, I cannot believe this is how these people do business. Like, this is crazy. Like, I can't even believe they talk like this. Like, this is like they're speaking a different language, and it's like 7 meetings before anything gets done. And these big fancy. I mean, we went into a conference room not too long ago, and I'm like, I almost need to put you on speakerphone across the table. The table's so big. Like, this is just how these people do business. But in this world, there's no room for that. And I love that. I think it's so special. It's so unique. And but that attracts. We just took a long road and did a little bit of a Trump weave there, but that attracts these misfits, and they're more likely to be abusing substances or whatever. They're predisposed to that based on mostly just conditions of their upbringing, not their fault. And then also, I think the industry has a lot. You can place a lot of blame on the industry as well. And it's not any individual. It's just the system overall, which is hard to break out of. But it's the hours. Yeah. I mean, the hours are oftentimes insane. It like working 70 hours a week, that's not sustainable. Right. Like, I don't care what anybody says. That's not sustainable. One. And so that is brutal. Two, and a lot of times you're potentially working away from home. Yep. Which is also really hard, especially in a long-term sense. And then three, it's very physical, and it's crazy, like how much time and energy we spend on the whole safety thing. And we don't ever talk about health, which is why I don't subscribe to a lot of the safety stuff. I just think it's bullshit, because it's like, so you're going to treat me, somebody who works out every single day, does triathlons, the same as that guy who's 350 pounds. Yeah. You're going to treat us the same when it comes to injuries. It's just, it's out to lunch. That's, and we're not going to talk about that. We're not going to have that conversation and even say that this guy is more likely to get injured or trip and get seriously. And so you have this career that is oftentimes, it degrades bodies or injures people in different ways. And then you go get prescriptions for stuff. Yeah. And that really slippery slope. I mean, that pills scare the shit out of me for that reason, because I mean, addiction's in my family, and it's like you're one injury away from sliding down that path. And now people like it used to be not that long ago, it was like you wouldn't know anybody that's died from drugs, because the world you live in, I live in, pretty far from that. Like pretty far from that. Now, all the time. Like in my head, I can like list people close to me that's just like, they've had a child just drop dead. Yeah. Because they made one wrong decision. And it's like, and we're going to sit here and say that's their problem. That's their fault. It's like, hey, there's a better way to approach this. So the opioid things that and alcoholism, that's the one that scares that keeps me up at night. Yeah. So
what are we going to do about it?
I do think one is it starts talking about it, but It's just until like that, the health and wellness thing, it needs to become a priority in construction. Yeah. I cannot believe, and that's why like the whole stretch and flex thing, I think is a fucking joke. Like, and I know it's standard now and this and that. Oh, yeah. But it's like, it's just for show. Like this is theatrics. This is totally theatric, and it's not. Stretching is good if you're doing all these other things. But we're not going to talk about any of those other things. Like, it's fine. You want to be an alcoholic? No problem. You want to be super overweight? No problem. And are you overweight because of the hours you're working? And because you're not able to then get the proper nutrients in you and this and that? Yes. Yeah. But we're not going to talk about that. We're just going to stretch and flex. like when you lay it out, you're like, that's kind of silly. Like, that's a little ridiculous. But And again, I'm all for it if we're approaching things holistically. Mm-hmm. We're just not. We're picking and choosing based on, we're letting all these things kind of dictate what we can pick and choose based on what's okay, what's okay. But you go to a football team, they're like, the performance of that team depends on the physical performance of their people.
Right.
So they're focused on the physical performance of their people,
mm-hmm.
and they're making sure their people are good to go. Construction, it depends upon the physical performance of people.
Yeah.
Even operators. It's still physical, and you still have to be focused. And can you be more focused and more diligent if you're healthier? 100%. It's very physical, but we don't talk about that. And it's like, how is a whole industry built on people's bodies and focus and the physical health and well-being of individuals? How is a whole industry built upon that? Not talking at all about that.
That's a great point. Yeah. I think that, I've been thinking about the health side of things more because that's probably the next step of what we need to be diving into. But on the addiction side of things, we're not going to be able to save everyone. It sucks.
No, it sucks.
But, I've got it in my family too. And there's those that we just, like, no matter what we do, like, helping is almost the worst thing that we could do sometimes. Yeah. Like, I don't know. And I don't have all of those answers, but I do feel like having a place that is safe and has resources and is providing vision for what could be and providing an atmosphere of people that you want to be like, mm-hmm. because that's naturally what happens, is probably like the best first steps and the best steps that we could be taking to help the problem.
And I feel like building that environment, and then also approaching your people, especially new people, with a sense of grace and understanding as well.
Yeah.
Because I think that's important as well. Like, most people have never been in an environment like that.
Yeah.
And most people have been screwed. Like, they've just been dealt a shitty hand, whether that's where they grew up, how they grew up, parents, education, former employers, etc. Like, they've been, especially in this industry too. It's like, it's a lot of people that have been dealt shitty hands. They don't trust you as an employer. They don't trust the people around them.
Yeah.
They don't trust anybody.
Yeah.
Because they've never had a reason to. And it becomes that vicious cycle. You start to act distrusting, and then you then reap what you sow, but it's not your fault. Like, you just had to grow up in that environment, and you've had to protect yourself your entire life, build up this enormous shell around you, which it does you a disservice, but it's just psychology. And so you have to have like a degree of patience with people too.
Yeah.
And the sense of understanding, like, yeah, they don't get it yet, but we're just going to keep putting our hand out.
Mm-hmm.
And it's ultimately on them to take like to meet us in the middle, but it might take them a while to even meet us in the middle.
Yeah.
Because they've never before had a reason to.
Yep. Yeah, I've seen that for sure. Like we'll have issues and it's like, oh, wow, you don't trust me. You don't trust our company because you've been screwed so many times before. But I'm telling you, you can trust me.
Sure.
I'll prove it. Like you've got to trust that the company will take care of you if you take care of the company.
Yeah, but the worst thing you can do is take it personally.
Yeah.
Oh, they don't trust me, so I'm not going to trust them.
Yeah.
Oh,
right.
Cool.
No.
It's like, it doesn't work
and
that
we're
way.
at a dead end.
Yeah. Yeah. I mean, even we I think we've made a mistake in that we have made so many mistakes when it comes to people. So many mistakes. It's been out of control. And I feel like I'm the only idiot doing it, but I know it's everywhere. Companies just don't talk about it. But we've made the mistake of in certain situations, we try so hard to make some things work. And then it just doesn't work for whatever reason. And then we don't talk about it because there's, I don't know, this legal boogeyman or whatever standing in the corner. Like, I might get you if you talk about it. But then you lose, sure, there's that risk, but then you lose this whole sense of understanding with your current workforce and team because you're scared of this potential occurrence from happening outside of your business. And so we had something that happened and it was frustrating to me because it's like, I just want to talk about this. And they're like, we can't talk about it. And then we tried to craft something and it was just like, but if we're trying to be careful with how we're saying it, then it comes off like it's not genuine. It is genuine, but then it's not received that way because it's so carefully, because your words are so carefully thought through at the same time.
Yeah.
And so I just said, screw it. And we have a weekly video update for our company. It's between typically 5 and 8 minutes. And it's me just saying, here's what happened in the company this week. Just so you're aware. One of the best things I've done. Phenomenal.
Oh, I like that.
It goes a long way. But I just explain the situation. Like, hey, this is from my perspective. This is wholly my perspective. This is not right or wrong. Take it for whatever it's worth. Take it with a grain of salt. I'm just going to explain it from my point of view, just so you can understand how I saw it and what happened here. And so I did that. I didn't hear anything about it. I don't get any feedback on anything, which is very frustrating. But then somebody within our company said, hey, I think something like that is really starting to help people understand that we do try and care. Yeah. And it's like, yes, we do. We really do. But we haven't talked about it internally. And so I'm glad we are talking about stuff like that internally because it does then build trust with people as well. But I think because even it's not that we haven't cared, but because we've been afraid of whatever legal ramifications are going to happen about talking about something, we don't, but then it works against us in creating trust within our culture, which I understand. Yeah. I can't blame anybody.
Communication.
Yeah. If the foreman disappears one day with no explanation. Yeah. You start to fill that void in with all kinds of crazy shit. Yeah. And it's probably nothing all that dramatic. Yeah. But even just explaining it, hey, from our perspective, here's what happened. Oh, okay. Okay. And maybe the foreman tells a totally different story. People are also smart. They can put two sides together and they can say, okay, I kind of see his perspective, but I also understand the company's perspective here. And they're also the ones paying my bills and they've been good to me and they've treated me with respect. So I'm going to stay on this team. Yeah. And then it gets you so much more respect and appreciation and trust.
Absolutely. So what are you seeing out there as far as the good thing or the best things that companies are doing for their people? In terms of solving some of these issues that we've been talking about.
I think it's a lot of what you're talking about.
Yeah.
Like just, I think it starts with, I mean, even like JP's a great example. I think it just starts with leadership acknowledging that, hey, things are different now.
Mm-hmm.
And that's okay. It's not a bad thing. Like, and that requires me to question my previously held beliefs that may have gotten me here, that may have built this whole thing. I might have to question each one of those. Mm-hmm. Some of them may serve me, others may not, but that's okay. Like, I think that's where it really begins. And I bring up JP because, like, even I know he came to the summit last year and then he bought some simulators and he said, hey, just thanks for continuing to open my eyes. Like, it's like,
yeah,
he doesn't need to question anything. Like, he's done just fine. He's got a good thing going, but that's not enough for him. He wants to continue getting better and building an even better business. And he understands he's the roadblock. He's either the one to help it or the one to hold it back.
Mm-hmm.
And that's where it starts. So I think that's where it really begins is each company that has a leader or leadership that is questioning their previously held beliefs is on the path.
Yeah.
It's not that common though.
Yeah.
It's really not. But it's kind of a non-answer, but I think that's where it starts. But then once you've done that, now you can then open the door for stuff you've done with Jake, for example. Yeah. And then I think it starts to take care of itself from there.
Yeah.
Like I even had like Glenn Baranko, and he was another great example. He was on the podcast not too long ago. And he had a similar turnover problem. I think their turnover was like 70%. Mm-hmm. And now it's like he halved it within in North Dakota, brutal market.
Yeah.
Very seasonal.
Only imagine.
You're competing with the oil field. Like there's not that many people that live there. Like that's a tough, probably one of the toughest places to have a company of this size. But he just started doing these simple things like, having orientation, and then taking everybody to lunch, as him, the guy.
Yeah,
every Monday.
A big deal.
It's a big deal. And he would say, these guys would come up to me and they said, I've worked for companies where I've never met the owner. Mm-hmm. It's like, that sounds crazy, but that's not that uncommon.
Right.
That's actually pretty common, I would say.
Yeah. Yeah. I get that question often from like new hires, like, oh, so how often am I going to see you? I'm around pretty much all the time.
Here's my cell phone number.
Yeah. Doors always open.
Yeah.
I do think that's one thing that we've been pretty good about is door open policy, like legitimately call me, come see me anytime. Yeah. I'll do whatever I can to.
Yes, but you also have to seek that information out too.
Yes.
Like going back to that form.
Yes.
Like you have to look for it. You have to facilitate it. Because that's what I've learned too is, saying I'm always around is not enough. You have to go to them.
Yeah.
You have to go to their office, quote unquote. If you're just sitting around waiting for people to come into your office, you just don't.
That's not going to happen.
No, it's not going to happen. And it's like, you wish it would. And it's like, you genuinely mean it. Like I'm seriously like, let's sit down and let's have a conversation. But there's also this like weird, like whenever you're the guy, there's also like this weird force field around you.
Yeah.
I feel like and it's not even you creating it.
No.
It's
and a lot of times
projected onto you.
A lot of times you don't know you have it.
No.
And then you're like, oh, okay.
Yes.
Yeah, that's tracking now.
Yeah. Yeah. Which works for and against you.
Yeah.
Because if you do reach out to somebody, it's a big deal.
Yeah.
It's like, man, I feel really cared for. But then sometimes you're a little too loose with your words, or you just say something offhand to somebody.
Yeah.
You don't think about it ever again. they're thinking about it all day.
Yes. Yep.
And then they tell you, tomorrow, and they look like disheveled because they didn't sleep last night.
Yes.
And then you're like, oh my goodness, like you've been worried about this. Like I didn't even think about it. Like I didn't even mean that. But I really think it starts by just getting on the path. That is like, and it just starts with you. It just comes back to like just you as an individual too.
Yeah.
Like I can't talk to my team about health and wellness and the importance of health and wellness and sleep if I'm not healthy and well, and if I'm not sleeping. Yeah. I can't talk about mental health if I'm not doing the work on my mental health. And that gives me, I mean, I can, but it gives me so much more credibility to be like, listen, I've been through shit like everybody else. Here's what I've been doing. Like, I don't have to preach it. I don't have to preach the benefits of like therapy. Yeah. I just talk about the benefits for me.
Worked for me. This is what I'm doing.
There you go. Yeah. Yeah. But I really comes down to leadership at the end of the day.
Yeah. I mean, you bring up a great point about like the answer to my question of what others are doing. I feel like I've felt that transition. I mean, I'm 22 years into this business now, and I've really felt that transition in the last like 2 years of changing mindset, changing like the way that I've been thinking about things in terms of like as simple as social media, as simple as like going to these conferences, Dirt World Summit, and just the good that comes out of that, and not being as like siloed and standoffish to our competitors and what's going on in the industry. Like, we're all in this together, and we've got some really big problems that we need to solve together.
Yeah, but and even not being standoffish, I think is great. Like it's still, I've been to like some of these traditional association meetings. Yeah. And it's like, it's kind of a weird vibe. It's like, what the fuck's wrong with all you guys? Like, because everybody, it's like they leave and they're out to cut everybody's throats. Yeah. Like it's all the competitors, but then they're trying to act like it's not. And it's just like, it's this weird, like manufactured dynamic in a way.
How big are the trade secrets, really?
I chuckle every time. I'm like, oh, you think you have a top secret way of putting asphalt down? Like, everybody does it the same way. Like, you are building the road to DOT specifications. Like, you can't build it differently. You're contractually required to build it like everybody else. But I do like, I understand that mentality because it's a hyper competitive world. Yeah. And you do eat what you kill. And a lot of these guys did live through 2008, 2009, 2010. It's like, listen, I went through shit I never want to go through again. Yeah. So I understand it. But it takes even like significant personal growth to get beyond that as well. Even like just to open your mind up to more of like an abundance mindset. Mm-hmm. It's hard. Like it's because it's not human nature. No. And you really have to unwind some things within your head to be like, and you have to be vulnerable. Yeah. Like social media, it requires vulnerability. Yeah. It's very vulnerable. Coming on this podcast requires significant vulnerability. Yeah. Yes. And I give anybody sitting down for it huge credit because most everybody never been on anything like this before. Right.
Especially in our industry.
Especially in this world. Yeah. But I feel like most everybody, if not everybody that I talk to is on that path. That is like, I'm questioning my previously held beliefs and I'm starting to realize that there's a better way and we're starting to do that better way. and it's more fun.
Yes.
And so
it's working better.
And we're making more money, and we're caring for our people better, and we're not turning over as many people, and I'm just enjoying it. So it's like, we're just going to keep doing more of this.
Sounds good to me.
There we go. But it again, I think it always comes back to leadership. It always comes back to leadership. Like I've seen a lot of companies try social media, but you can tell when the leader's bought in or not bought in.
Yeah.
If they're not bought in, it never works. It never, ever works if the leadership is not 100% in.
Mm-hmm.
Doesn't work. And it works great when leadership is bought in. Like the whole UDOT thing.
Yeah.
It would have never happened if the organization wasn't behind it, but the organization is clearly behind it. And you can, again, like from a social media perspective, you can put your toes in the water. You don't have to go full send, like having dogs with sunglasses telling you, traffic closures coming up this Sunday. That's not where they started. But then you get further in, you see the benefits, you can go further. Like as long as I've been doing this too, it's still scary to be vulnerable. But then every time I'm vulnerable, I see the benefits. Like that's the stuff that's the best.
Right.
Is when it's like, oh, wow, yeah, you are a human being. It's like, yes, I am. I've screwed whatever this is up. I have anxiety. I'm terrified of being an alcoholic. Like whatever it is. Like one of my most popular posts ever in the first few years of doing this was me telling the story of how I ran the company out of money.
Vulnerability.
Did I have fun posting that? No, it was miserable to even think about it. I just wanted to bury that, like lock it in a box, bury it somewhere, burn the map, never think about it again. But instead it's like, all right, I'm going to not just think about it, but I'm going to write about it. Then I'm going to publish it. Mm-hmm. And you hit publish, and you're like, you're just scared. You're scared shitless. You're like, and you're scared shitless mostly because it's like, what are my people going to think?
Yeah.
And their wives.
Yeah.
Like, what are they going to think? They're working, their spouse is working for some guy that ran the company out of money. And that's how we're feeding our family. So it's like you go down that pathway, but then ironically, it gets you far more credibility.
Yeah.
Because it's like, man,
it's real. Yeah. We're all dealing with it,
We're all dealing with it. Yeah. Yeah. We're all there. And that applies to companies too. Like I trust companies way more, and I'm not like promoting this, but it's like every once in a while I'll see a company share some terrible thing that happened on their job site. Mm-hmm. And it's like, I trust those companies substantially more as a result.
Yeah, that makes sense.
Every time. Every time. I don't know.
What else you want to talk about?
What's coming down the road for you guys? Just
big job today. Bids at 2:00.
Oh,
so
you probably need to make some phone calls.
Yeah. So that I don't know how much I want to share about this, but materials, like we're going after materials. Yeah. We need to.
The materials market has driven contractors to have to go after materials.
Yeah.
They've done it to themselves.
Yeah.
An unpopular argument, but a lot of these companies are public. Mm-hmm. You can see how much money they're making. Mm-hmm. And so the whole argument saying, oh, it's just really hard for us too. Supply chain, diesel, and so on and so forth. It's like, yeah, but you're making all this money. I've seen a lot of contractors start to go in that direction.
Yeah, we need to. I'm getting a lot of push from my executive team for that. Like that's what they want me working on. Yeah. And so that's this whole struggle to like, okay, I need to be focusing more on this. Like I need to be giving up some of my other responsibilities. Yeah. But I've got a great team. That's one thing that I have been so fortunate of. I have attracted the best people at that level, and it's trickled down. So yeah, materials, other mergers, acquisitions.
Like you said, like concrete. I mean, even anything you can do to control your destiny.
Yeah. All of a sudden it's like, man, we control our schedule so much better now because of that.
Yeah.
So that we're building a new office in St. George. Excited about that.
Very cool.
Yeah. Hoping to break ground here in the next couple months on it.
Sweet.
Closed on the property. Moving into northern Utah. We've got some work up there.
Very good.
Ogden area.
Yeah.
Bidding in Idaho. We're in Nevada now. We've got a job in Mesquite.
Nice.
So
growth is real, huh?
It's real, man.
back in Mesquite.
Back in Mesquite, yeah. Yeah, exactly. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Right on.
It's exciting.
How do people follow you guys on social media then?
Landmark EXC.
Okay.
On Instagram.
On Instagram.
Yep.
Excellent.
Yeah.
Well, appreciate you coming out, stopping by.
Yeah, thanks for having me.
Yeah, absolutely.
It's been fun.
Look forward to seeing what y'all do one of these days when I'm in Utah.
Yeah, come on by.
Right on.
We'd love to see you.
Thanks.